You are here with By the Cover. Today we're going to be reviewing Senseless by Ronald Malfi. This book was 428 pages and took me 2 days to read. I would rate this book an 8 out of 10. This is the third book by Ronald that I've read, the first two being Bone White and The Night Parade. When I first read the synopsis of this book, it didn't sound like something that was really going to interest me because it dealt with two topics that I'm not a fan of. And that is procedural police drama, because I find those types of books typically devolve into a bunch of interviews and a repetitive cycle of interviews, and that's just not something I like to read. And two, it deals with vampires, and I'm typically not a fan of vampire stories either. So that's a testament to good writing in this book, because I loved this book all the way through, even despite that. I found it very compelling and interesting. I thought the book had great pacing all the way through it. There was never a time that I was bored. There were a couple interview scenes that I thought went on a little too long, but those are easy to skim through if you want to speed that up, so not a big deal there. There are three primary characters. Each one offers a different arc and a different slice of life of the LA scene, and I've heard others say that the characters were hard to connect to. I didn't find that at all with at least two of them. The best character in this one, I think, is Toby Campen, which is the one that I can't relate to. And his character is mentally ill, and you get to see the world through his eyes, and it is fascinating to see how he sees everyday events compared to how a normal person sees everyday events. That, to me, was the most intriguing part of the story, and I loved his chapters. The backdrop of LA being really gritty and grimy, and kind of the juxtaposition between the high glamorous life of LA as opposed to the gritty desert and also the grimy side of the city as well. I just thought the environment worked well with this story. I found all three of the arcs interesting. The last thing that I really loved about this story was the last 2 pages of the book. Most of the book is not all that emotionally impacting, but I thought those last 2 pages were, and I thought it was a great way to end the story. As far as what I disliked in the book, there's only one thing I think could have been improved a little bit more, and that was that the arcs, all 3 of them, wrapped up too quickly. I think the story would have benefited if Ronald had spent a little more time developing that and made the book a bit longer to wrap everything up. The ending didn't piss me off or anything. It wasn't that extreme. I just thought it could have been developed a little bit more. But other than that, I'd have no complaints in this story. I thought it was great. I enjoyed it. Would I reread it? Absolutely. It was a good time. So that's about it. We'll catch you later.